Good morning, kitty cat. Diesel, what's up, brother? Diesel in the mix. Diesel in the mix. It's Diesel in the check 1, 2. Feels like there should be more sound in my cans, but there's not, and that's fine. Let's do the daily touch up that we have to do because I keep forgetting to change it in the settings. Oh man. Got some fun stuff for you today. Got some fun stuff for everyone involved. All the beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. I feel like my headphones should be louder. Maybe I should. Should I? Oh, that's too loud. Check, 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 check. That's too loud. Check, 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 check. Hello. Hey, Slippin' Jakey. Moldy Toad. What's up, brother? Brother 1, brother 2. Check 1, 2. Brother 1, brother 2. Diesel left. We'll close that door now. I kept that door open just to be polite to him, but he's actually left now, so now I will close that door. There we fucking go. Change that around. Let's send the fucking link to Pat. Slippin' Jake. Slippin' Jake, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Had a good night last night. Moldy Toad, how you doing, brother? How are you? Thank you for hopping in. I got my coffee. I'm going to wake up a little bit. I'm very excited. I hope Pat is wearing a yellow shirt because yesterday we dressed exactly the same. So I'm hoping we go 2 for 2. I'm hoping Pat wears a fucking I hope Pat wears a fucking yellow shirt. I don't know if he has any yellow shirts, but that would be sick. There we go. Link set to Pat. Let me go close that door real quick. Yes. All right. Link sent to Pat. So we are ready. Big Red in the Morning is streaming everywhere podcasts should be streamed. Playing a way out with my girl now. It's pretty good. Is that the prison one? A dude I like a boy I like was playing that a while ago when it first came out. It looked cool. It looked interesting. Did you guys see Crack Amigos Riyadh Money? Dude, that shit was crazy. I got to give it to Crack. I say that like I haven't given it up before. I haven't like said this before. No, Crack Amico is a talented man. He's a very talented man. I like his shit. But you know what's funny to me with the cuz like so I personally for like my set of morals or I guess how I just view governments and stuff. I've talked about it yesterday. How I view, governments and shit. I the Pete Davidson's dad line was crazy. Yeah, he had a bunch of lines in there that were just fucking insane. Cuz no, sometimes I'll be straight up like sometimes he like tiptoes on edgelord and you're like occasionally he'll tiptoe on edgelord. Like I saw like the Slurpee one he did where he was just doing like an Indian guy in brown face. I was just kind of like that's fine. It was, all of his shit's good, but that one was fine. The Cracker Barrel felt like a really of the some of his are just like fine, and then some of his go fucking crazy. And the Riyadh Money one went crazy in my opinion. But no, I was like thinking about it more. And Oh, dude, sorry. I'm getting distracted. I was checking updates and I haven't gotten a like vicious comment on the pod in a while. I like, you know what it is? It's like when they're like subtle and cunty, I fucking hate them. But when they're like upfront and aggressive, they like make me laugh. They make me laugh because the one dude goes, Andy is holding this podcast back. He's not funny. This podcast could be so big with Gardini instead. That is true. They could be substantially bigger if they kicked me off and had Gardini on. He's literally he's literally some of our biggest episodes. I'm sorry, he's just a lame. Damn, I'm a lame. You know what it's just so comical when it's at that point that it's just like it's just funny to like ruin someone's day like that in an abstract sort of way. I don't actively sit here and go, yes, your day was ruined. I'm not that like bitchy and cunty, but yeah, sorry, I just saw that update. Oh, but anyway, yeah, Two Bears, One Grave was pretty sick. Oh, but anyway, so the Crack Amico thing, the Riyadh money, the reason it like went so crazy to me. Well, cause so at first I saw that when I saw people doing the Saudi Arabia gig, I was like, ooh, that's not a good look. Which it's still. And then I started thinking about it and I go, I got to be perfectly honest. I'm not like that mad at dudes going to do it on face. On face, I'm not that mad at anyone doing it. Cuz it's like any complaint. Now, I didn't so they say they have slaves, like literal slaves. I got to learn more about that. That is bad. I don't know if I've publicly addressed it. Andy Malafrina, anti-slave, and not a fan of slaves. I don't know if it's been up in the air. Not a fan of slaves, but like they'll be like human rights abuses. They kill journalists. They don't treat women good. Throwing gays off buildings. I go, I mean, brother, they just have more money. Like, there's a lot of places you can't go if you got qualms with all that shit. And honestly, the US, we're just like I feel like we hide it better. So it's like when all those things where they're like the stuff they do as a society and a culture and the government, like and you're making the comment to what Shane said. That was more my thing. I was like, the 9/11 stuff's tough to get past. Where because like we were watching the videos and shit yesterday. We were watching the videos and shit or the day before, and we were talking a bunch because I was talking about Riyadh on Thursday, and then we watched the Tucker doc on Thursday, and yeah, it was like, okay, you guys may not have like planned 9/11, but you definitely funded the people who did it, like pretty directly. So like it's funny in all this shit. No one ever like people very rarely bring up 9/11 in the whole conversation. Like, yeah, I gotta keep it honest. Like all those things with how they treat women and stuff. It's not that I don't care. It's that it's like, well, that then we're gonna have to have a bigger conversation about how other countries treat people and how we treat people. You know what I mean? Like it's if you crunch the numbers on, like, I'm just saying, if we want to go bar for bar, if we want to go bar for bar, like, who's worse? Are we doing, if you take the death toll from US bombings, if you think about it that way, we could be worse. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, who's more evil? We go bar for bar, we might be able to, like, I might have to like leave the US and go to Saudi Arabia so I can feel morally superior. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be on that level. But like the bigger one for me is to be like, hey man, you guys kind of really helped 9/11 happen. And as a member of the United States, as a American, It's how Shane said, dude, you don't 9/11 your friends. Like, I can't, that's a big one. The 9/11 one, that's a big one, dude. Like, and it just made, that's the whole backwards nature of all this is like Shane's the only one Shane's the only one in this conversation that brought up 9/11. Everyone else was like bringing it up like, you know, that the government kills journalists. It's like, you know, our government suicides people all the time. You know, our government aids in sex trafficking. Like we can go, that's my thing. Like, I'm not saying that it's okay when they do it. I'm just saying like we can go bar for bar on that shit. We can go bar for bar on that shit. The thing that did get me irritated is, and I thought about this more after watching the Riyadh Money clip from Crackamico, is there's a lot of dudes in the mix, a lot of guys and gals in the mix at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. And that's why Tim Dillon in there wasn't didn't feel hypocritical, because Tim Dillon doesn't pretend to be like a do-gooder that a lot of people in the Riyadh Comedy Festival pretend to be. You know, it's a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people in the Riyadh Comedy Festival got caught up in the do-goodery of the past couple years. And I just got to imagine that the Riyadh Comedy Festival goes contrary to all the stuff you do-gooders have been saying. So that really fucking irritates me, because a guy like me, my life's been made more annoying. Just existence is more annoying because of the do-gooder hall monitors. And there were a lot of people with like hall monitor energy going to that. There's a bunch that like, who's on it? Like, dude, and I gotta get their back, because like, here's the thing. For your image, for how everyone else is going to perceive it, you probably shouldn't do that. You know, this is going to be brought up a bunch. They're going to use it as fuel to shit on you just for strategic reasons. Just for like career reasons and strategic reasons, you probably shouldn't do it. But like, as a guy who would be like out of pure curiosity, I'd go to a lot of places. Like, I don't know if I'd do a comedy festival, but I'd love to go to North Korea out of pure curiosity. And like, for a lot of people, like, I'm just putting myself, like, because you got to look at it different ways. You got to like put yourself in there. And it's just like, dude, if you're getting like 3 day free vacation to Riyadh, and for purely out of the sake of just being like, yo, what the fuck's it like over there? Out of pure curiosity, I'd go. I straight up would go do it. Now, looking at the bigger picture, career-wise, because looking at the bigger picture, career-wise, and your perception and all this other shit, I would. There would be some of these comics I would reconsider it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, like a lot of these dudes. I'm not trying to call out anyone specifically, but there's a bunch of these dudes that like, they're just kind of dudes chilling. I'm not judging them, but then there's other dudes that have put their flag, you know, they've kind of like planted their flag in do-goodery hall monitor shit. And this is quite literally the opposite of all that. Quite literally the opposite of all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel awkward calling out people specifically because I'm not like mad at anyone. I'm not mad at anyone, but there are some of them. There are some of them I'm looking at specifically where it's like, dude, I've seen you on a soapbox, you know, crying over some gay ass shit. And now you're just like, I've seen you on a soapbox, and now you're just like, yeah, I'll just go to Riyadh, Saudi. I'll just go to Saudi Arabia. Doesn't feel consistent. You know what I'm saying? And it's irritating too, because like, I don't know. It's just, I think about it as a guy who, I think about it as a guy who approaches things tries to approach everything in a thought out, nuanced way. And then then there's always these people that, come across you in your life that it's like after Charlie Kirk got shot. And I seen all those people celebrating his death, and I realized those people celebrating his death wouldn't have. And I'm like super different from Charlie Kirk. We agreed on a lot of shit, but we also disagreed on a lot of shit. I'm super different than Charlie Kirk, but there's like a huge swath of people that wouldn't even take the time to understand the difference. Like they wouldn't find too much different with me and Charlie Kirk. And some of these people in the Riyadh thing remind me of that, where it's like you would be the people a couple years ago calling people out, standing up for the do-goodery of the world, being hall monitors and shit like that. And like this goes contrary to that thing. You all were. That's why it's like Tim Dillon doing it doesn't hit the same, and it's funny, and like no one gives a shit. Because he didn't pretend to be a fake good guy the whole time. This one is just like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I remember like a bunch of them specifically. I'm not trying to call anyone out, but because I'm not, it's comedy. I'm not trying to be a fucking dick. And I do have respect for these people. I do have respect for a lot of these people. But also at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of back to when what's a good analogy? It's kind of back to like we watched that clip of Gavin McInnes, and it's like the right wing for the longest time. The right wing for the longest time is like, we're more mature, we're adults, we're better than you. And then once the right is like more socially in power and they're like running the government, now they're like, well, get ready. We're going to be as gay as you woke retards were. And you're like, well, okay, well, don't be prepared for me to not take you too seriously. And it's like the same thing with like some of the Riyadh dudes. It's like, I guess I put it this way. I don't care that you're doing it. Truly, I don't. I mean, the 9/11 part, that is weird that you would do it. That is weird. Like, I can't really, I think, Japan, I guess Japan got past the fucking, the bombings. I don't know. Has Saudi Arabia been like our bad? Like, I would accept the way like global relations work. I would accept an R bad from Saudi Arabia. Like but it would have to be a good one, and then they'd have to help expose like the George Bush and Dick Cheney or something. Like they'd have to really like there's coming back from it, because you could frame that as a like whoopsie doozy, like sorry we funded 9/11, sorry we accidentally funded 9/11. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed, accidentally fund 9/11. It happens. Like I wouldn't hold against them. They would just have to like really give a real heartfelt R bad. They would have to give a real heartfelt R bad. And then but I guess there is a certain pocket of people going to this Riyadh thing, going back to what I was saying earlier, where it's like, all right, do it. I'm not really like holding it against you. It does reek of hypocrisy with a lot of people going, it does reek heavily of hypocrisy. And it's just like going forward, because I know, certain people at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, they do love to go off in interviews and frame themselves as better than everyone else and of the right opinion. And it's like, well, when you do that, we're going to laugh at you. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I'm at. It just, I don't know. Just for like a guy like me over the past couple years, how everyone got, like when Trump gets elected, everyone gets gay towards people like me when Trump gets elected. Obviously, you guys know I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm a guy who goes like, well, I'm not just going to get on board with every false accusation ever made about the guy and the sort of Trump derangement syndrome mindset you want to put everyone in. And then, every person doesn't feel like thinking, they get to attack you, and they get to feel good about just being complete morons. And it's like it's similar shit with COVID, and it's just this like broadly symbolic thing of like, a lot of those people, it's not even like a lot of people at the Riyadh thing aren't the people who talk like shit about that. And now there are definitely the ones that are like, you guys talk some shit over the past couple years, and this goes super hypocritical to the type of shit you were talking. But also, too, broadly, what it represents of just like, even the people who were more low-key passive do-gooders, like that's the other thing. Like, you're not even like a overt do-gooder hall monitor person. It's like the more passive, discreet, not discreet, but just the more passive hall monitors that co-sign, like, they're not even active hall monitors. They more co-sign the hall monitoring. All those people, you're all under a similar bubble. And some of this like Riyadh Festival represents that. And then it's like, you know what I mean? And then it's just like, oh, but if the check's big enough, we'll just do that. Like, a lot of it just reeks of hypocritical from top to bottom, which is fine, because I think stuff like this is a good chance for you to be like, okay, I get where it's actually at. Thank you for that. And going forward, there's a huge chunk of people I will take less seriously. And it just, we're all going to respect Shane more. And we're not going to hate other people, but we're going to respect Shane more and respect other people less. I just, you know what it is? I just, going forward, can stuff like this reset everyone where, and maybe it's different as a comedian, because, not that I interact with a lot of these headliners here, but just even being in Austin and the people I interact with, they're like coworkers almost. So you approach it differently. You talk shit in a different way when you're going to see people. So maybe it's a different perspective for me, but like, can we going forward grade people off what they do, not the image they've created? That's what I'd like. I'd like that. And I don't say this being, I don't say this coming from a place of like hatred. I've said it before. I love everyone. I'm Andy Malfrina, and I love everyone. I love every single person. Where the fuck is Pat? He's the only guy I don't love. Where is this fat bastard? Pat's the only person I don't love. But yeah, dude, I love everyone. I want, and I'm also a dude, like, I'm always a dude where it's like, yo, if you come up to me and go, my bad. If you come up to me and go, my bad, we're good. So it's like, philosophically, if these people have that energy going forward, we're good. It's just, I don't know, man. There's definitely people we treat like, fucking saints, that you're just like, they're just normal guys. Can we stop? I don't think we're doing that. Can we stop doing that? You know what I mean? It's like the whole, you treat people like they're more than a person. They're like, no, they're just really good at a thing. That's the problem with like celebrity, and how people get full blown retarded over celebrity. They'll be like, well, they're great and they make me feel good and they represent this bigger thing in my head and blah, 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 and A, B, and C and yada, 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 all that kind of stuff. And it's like, then you turn them into a bigger being than they actually are. And it's just like, no, that's just a person who's really good at that one thing. Doesn't mean they need to be disrespected. It just means it's like, stop treating them like they're bigger than they actually are. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not mad at anyone. No, because it's like, who cares? Who cares that I like feel? Who cares how I feel about it? I do. It's similar to the stuff of like, there's a lot of people who went full blown retarded during first Trump, still are. There's a lot of people who went insane and nasty during COVID. And it's this thing of like, people like me, I just go like, people don't forget that shit, man. People don't forget that type of shit. And then if you're just gonna do shit that goes completely contrary to that, I don't know what you want from me. I can't respect you or treat. It's like you can't. I'm running out of like that layer of respect for people like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like that type of shit. That type of shit. There we go. That type of shit. I'm talking about people doing the Riyadh Comedy Festival where like I'm not like, I don't care, but I'm also like, can we stop acting like people ain't full of shit who are full of shit and
That
stuff like
is that the one that's happening in Iraq or whatever?
shit? You're real hot. That might be my headphones.
I can turn down if you want.
Yeah, just double check your volume, but it also might be my headphones. Yeah, no, I was telling him before, like my main thing with the Riyadh thing, why I probably wouldn't do it, not that I'm getting asked, is I was like, the 9/11 part was pretty big. Like there's no proof that they planned 9/11, but they definitely the best case scenario, they accidentally funded 9/11.
or also, didn't they like house the terrorist or whatever too?
That's what I'm saying. They were
That's
giving
like best case scenario.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's best case scenario, they accidentally funded 9/11.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's the funniest part is no one's bringing that part. No one really talks about that part. They'll just, so it's like from the bad things the government does, it's like our government probably goes bar for bar, if we're being honest.
This is just a weird thing. Like I heard that Tim Dillon got kicked off of it, which is pretty funny. That's pretty hilarious in my opinion.
Very funny.
But like also the whole thing is like you're the guys that like you famously hate gays. You know what I mean? Like you have super restrictive talk. Like when like MMA fights happen in I don't know if it's Saudi Arabia. I think it's Saudi Arabia. I can't remember exactly, but like I feel like
when you're saying like during COVID when that was the only place they were doing MMA was Saudi. Yeah, I think it was Saudi Arabia.
No, that was Abu Dhabi. But like I think Saudi Arabia is one of the places where like they're not going to let women perform.
I just realized it's all the same to me in my head.
Yeah, well that's why I joke. I jokingly said Iraq. I know it's not actually Iraq, but it's like one of those things of like it might as well
that place up.
Do you know what I mean? Like in my head, my stupid fucking brain, I'm like, it might as well, because it's one of those things of like, you're the guys that have the restrictive thinking where you like hate gays and women. So it's like, why does like America's not, and it's not that America's going there to be like, hey, let's show you how awesome, gays and women are.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, we'll conform to your thing. That's the thing where I'm like, look,
because they have all the money.
I'm okay with Americans doing things in shady countries or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, when it's the thing where you're like, no, you're compromising your morals.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
I understand doing things for a story, like as a comic. I understand doing things that you probably think are gonna suck or be crazy. But like, this is a thing where you're like, I don't know, man. This is a really, and all the people on it already have enough money. So they don't need this is all the things. So like they can all start their own liquor company.
Well, that was my main thing. Cause like, I'll be straight. I was telling them earlier, I'd be straight up. Like, I'd be so curious what Saudi Arabia is like. You know what I mean? Like, I would be so curious. So there's part of me that would want to go out of pure curiosity. But then, if I'm a bigger comic who they're asking to do it, I then probably go, this is going to fuck up my image. Probably even though I'm super curious, maybe I just avoid doing it. The thing that bugs me the most is a lot of the comics on this, whether they're outwardly political or outwardly super opinionated or kind of like low key, they're all in that, like, the image they've created is all in that realm of like, doing stuff like this is bad. And then they like, so they get to do that. They get all the
Yeah.
do-gooder hall monitor points for being like that over all the years. But then they also just get to do it. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
what
it's
the
like,
like what it's like, and then you know they're the same type of people that are gonna make dickheads like me feel bad about shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck do you guys? When do you guys have to like
when
check
do you have to be
yourself?
held to? When do you be held to a standard? Essentially,
When do you,
Like, that's
when
what-
do you? That's what I care more about. When do you got to check yourself at any point? That's the part that gets in my ass.
Yeah, I feel like it's it used to be just like celebrities in commercials. When I was watching that Charlie Sheen doc, and he's like, "Oh, you know, this was really popular over in Japan, so I was doing a bunch of commercials in Japan." I was like, I told Don, I was like, "See, that's how it used to be. It used to be celebrities would do commercials, but it was weird because they would always leave the country. They would go to like Japan, or they'd
I don't
do
know if
German
you're right
commercials.
about. No, I mean, haven't celebrities always done bullshit advertising in this country?
No, not like current celebrities, like people that are in shows or movies at this time. It's like the old, hacks, like not hack, the old like retired-ish, celebrities, the ones that are like legacy people by then, or older people would be like, "Hey, you remember me from something? I'm in an infomercial now," like Chuck Norris or something like that, where he's like, "I've got an exercise equipment," but like what now it's like like every single celebrity, like, and only celebrities are in commercials now, and it's like for as something as low as like a cell phone game and shit like that. So but it used to be, they would go to Japan and Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Germany, and Arnold Schwarzenegger would be in a commercial for like, some like canned milk or something like that.
I mean, celebrities did advertising back in the day. I'm not saying it's not soulless and just for the money. I'm just saying like celebrities did advertising back in the day. Like that was the thing with fucking OJ. They had him running through I remember watching in the doc, they had him running through the airport with the fucking luggage or something.
I'm saying, but I mean like top tier movie stars in like basic like TV dinner commercials.
Sure, I get what you're saying. I think people have been selling their souls to advertising forever, and it's always been bad. But yeah.
I just think that the kind of thing like nowadays it's just people are fucking. It used to even be like podcasts would hold like their advertisers to a little bit more of a standard, or there was just way less advertising in podcasts back in the day. But like,
can I make this argument?
What?
I think it's the difference. It's like, so I think it's let me make this analogy. It's like after, I don't even know if it's an analogy, but it's like after WWE got bought by TKO or whatever the fuck it is, and now they have the like UFC merger. Now you watch Money in the Bank and the briefcase has a fucking Cash App logo on it, and they're making the Street Profits dress up like Borderlands 4, and like there was always gross advertising in WWE. Now it's like they're not even trying to be subtle about it. That's what I feel like it is.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, like you said, like celebrities absolutely used to do advertising for sure. It was way more rare to see it in the States, but they would regularly do it overseas because they always thought like, well, they're not going to see it over here. I'm huge in America, so I'm not like, and it was just another way to make money. And it's like, when, like you said, but now like everybody's just like, brother, I can't tell you how many podcasts I listen to that are sponsored by what's the fucking by Babbel. We're not. Hey, Pan doesn't do Babbel.
Well, here, right? I mean, I know you're making,
but none of them speak any other language.
Well, no, I know you're making the joke, but that's also too like, I got to be perfectly honest. You got to pay bills. I'm not getting mad over people on that, but there is also a certain point where it's like, you made the great example, like everyone's hopping in on liquor and then you get it and you're like, this is fine. Like, can we, that's when, like we do on Panties, we do Prize Picks. I don't mind doing that because I love to watch a game and throw some money down. That's awesome to me. I know people get weird about that sometimes. I personally don't give a shit. I think
makes it
that's
more
all-
fun.
I think that's all. Like, dude, I would literally.
I mean, we make decisions every day, Andy.
Yeah. And dude, sometimes I want to make money off those decisions.
I mean, I love Philly and everything like that, but like sometimes I vote, you know,
dude. Bro, dude, not just Philly, but the team that Jalen Hurts plays for in
also,
Philly.
brother. Yeah, almost specifically. Almost
Yeah.
specifically.
Brother,
I like the team that plays in Minnesota as well. But like honestly, if I'm going for my team, it's my team that plays in Philadelphia.
dude,
and the team that Jalen Hurts plays for.
Brother, it was great. It's so great. It's
See
so
how weird
great
that
watching. No. Actually,
Sounds
I
great.
don't.
It sounds great, actually, right? You're right.
I
I'm
actually
sorry.
don't think that's fucking weird.
That's the best way. That's the only way you should do advertising. Completely natural like that.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
but there are the lines. Like, do you remember when do you remember when the dude who plays Homelander, did you just see it? Did you ever like scroll through your phone and
yeah.
and you're just like, you're doing phone game ads now? Is
Yeah.
it not going well?
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's not that. It's just the fact that they're just like, yeah, sure. The check cleared. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like that. And it's like I get it. And like you said, you're right. There's bills to be paid. There's a line. There's a line between bills need to be paid, and I'm completely throwing all my morals out and just going like, I love gambling. Like, say you were like super Christian and you're like, Prize Picks, brother. Like, you're like, you know what I mean? Or let's say, or I guess, do Christians still gamble? Is that allowed with? I don't think so, right?
I don't know, but if Christians
you know
want
what
to
I mean.
make money off of their what was it? Their decisions,
right? Because honestly, Christians make decisions too.
That's the thing.
Every
and
day.
They should
and
be
I
able to
love making decisions. I'm sorry. It's just that when you're like that word where you're just like, hey, you love making decisions. Yeah.
No, I got that's
it's
probably
awesome.
Well, it's also probably because there's a million gay ass laws. So I completely
You can't it's the wording. It's like going into a fucking smoke shop most of my life. If you say bong, you're out.
Dude, I remember that happened to me and my buddy one time. We were at a smoke shop and my buddy kept saying bong. He kept saying bong and bowl. And he's like, the guy goes, sir, we sell water pipes for tobacco use. If you say bong again, I will have to kick you out.
And he goes, okay, but where do I put the marijuana?
Do you have any of them for weed?
Thank you.
He just turns into Chris Tucker. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I don't know why I went Jerry Seinfeld.
More autistic at the same time.
Well, I have to stim while I podcast.
Well, how you doing, buddy? I hopped in halfway through your thought, and I jumped right into the waters, and God, I gotta tell you, they feel nice.
Yeah, nice and warm.
You've been peeing in this pool. It feels
I have
nice and warm.
And shitting. Not to brag.
Oh, that's what that was.
No, I'm pretty good. I stayed up, dude. No, I'm just trying to find purpose in my life. And I'm trying to feel again. You know what I mean? And nice. I realize I get so motivated. I get so motivated out of hate. The only reason I want to learn and know things is so I can make bad intentioned people look ridiculous. That would be so fun. Just so we can discredit all the bad people in the world. And then the other thing I like to do is I like to go on TikTok and I like to watch parents telling kids they're gonna get adopted. I was watching that and on the verge. I was watching that last night on TikTok on the verge of tears. The whole night.
Wait, until when? How late?
I think I just did that for a cool half hour. Then I went back to watching. I've been watching a lot of Batman, DC animated movies. What's this? Gambling, which I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with
betting,
fantasy.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know what that is. I'm familiar with fantasy. Dude, that's why.
Fantasy
Why?
decisions.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with fantasy decisions. I don't know
whatever
what this
whatever
is, but
gambling is sounds fun. I'm familiar with fantasy decision making, but gambling is equivalent to greediness and covetousness. Traditional Christians wouldn't approve of gambling.
yeah.
Fair
Well,
enough.
that's what I was thinking of. It was like the fuddy duddies, not the loophole guys. I
Oh yeah.
love a loophole religion, but
Oh, you talking about the loophole guys?
brother, every one of them's loopholes, brother. The
Well,
Mormons, the ones that
it's
wear the
all
special
loopholes.
underwear. Yeah, it's all
Yeah, the
they
fucking the weathermen.
it almost makes me feel like that like religion isn't like a necessarily a way of life or a moral compass for people. I think it's a fetish. I think you're just like people that like weird specific BDSM and you're like, I want to wear a fucking silly hat and I want to wear a special scarf around my dick or something and then put a hole in a sheet and you know what I mean? Like it's just very specific weird restrictions that you put on yourself and then find ways to like you know
Yeah,
like
it sounds a little autistic too. Or I
yeah
think you know what I think
a
it
little
is.
autistic.
I think you know what I think it is. I think it's like when does your wife do the stuff where
Yeah,
she's like she's all okay,
she's into it.
You're like, Dom, put the hat on.
Do the stuff. Put that
Dude,
no the
no,
pointy
no,
hat,
no,
the big
no,
hat, the long
no,
one.
the smaller one. Smaller.
Even smaller. I don't even want to see that son bitch if you look the wrong
Yeah.
way.
Whip me while you wear the smallest yarmulke.
Whip me with this, would you?
Now, it's like that girl thing where they want to have the snack, but they want you to like present the idea and get it for them.
Yeah,
So because they're always worried about being bad. I'm being bad,
yeah,
and then it's just like I think like religion for a lot of people is there like, well, if I do A, B, and C ritual, I get to be a little bad boy now.
that's their fries for the table. They're like, I'll buy. You guys can all have some, but like,
And then they eat all of them.
right? Yeah, but it's like one of those things of like it's we'll all go to heck, you know, together.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. I know we're streaming live. I pardon. You know,
No,
I'm not trying to get too salty in here,
yeah,
but
just
you know what? You know, this is
do your
this
best
is
to not be
public
French.
report.
Do your best to not be French, Pat.
We
Oh shit.
we.
But I did I did watch a movie. Is that how we say?
What did you watch? Let's seg on to another topic. How about Harry Potter? But not the first one, Andy. Not the last one.
No.
Right in the middle.
In Pat style, we start franchises in the middle.
We start right in the middle.
You give me a franchise, I start that bitch in the middle.
This is the first movie of the franchise that I can watch and not feel like I'm going to get cornered in a Walmart.
Yeah,
so I feel like
this is the first movie I watch, and I think things about Hermione, and I don't have to go, wait, how old is she? No, actually,
this
no.
man is here to watch Harry Potter 2.
This man came here to watch Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah,
this man's here to meet Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
This is the first one that I watched like that I feel like there's like real fucking stakes. They don't start off in a cutesy manner of like, oh, gobbledygook, and I've ended up at the Hogwarts again. Blah, 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 blah. Like this one, they're like, you're in Hogwarts, we're in the fucking Wizarding World. Like, get up, we're going to the fucking soccer game, you dumbass.
Yeah, you dumbass. You know what I mean? We're going to the soccer game. We're putting fucking money on it. We got prize picks at the soccer game, and Harry Potter might fucking die.
I love the team from Ireland that's playing in a certain cup. No, there's what if we could do prize picks for the Triwizard Cup? That'd be fucking sick as hell. I put so much money on fucking Crumb to win the whole thing. That guy, can you pick a better name in cinema than the character Crumb?
that was probably the best name for him.
Yeah. It looks like that's all he could say. Like he's a Pokemon. He'd just be like, Crumb.
If you wanted, like, the character they needed him to be, Crumb was the best word for it.
Yeah, I think also the fact that he almost dicks down Hermione almost right in front of Ron. and Ron is steaming mad the whole time.
Yo, can I? I think I was. Yeah, dude. If
It's
that's
Crumb.
not a crumb, I don't know what is.
Yo, what up? I'm Crumb. How's it going?
Yo, what's up?
He's like, that's the first. Like he only
Hey,
closes
Hermione, can I suck on your little titties? How old are they in this movie?
18 plus. No, they're
Yeah.
they definitely are way too young, Andy.
Harry Potter barely legal.
I think even literally like their actual physical age in life at this time is still not okay.
That's why these are jokes.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're talking about the character, fictional character, not real. Crumb though, right?
No, maybe
He only Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do your crumb thing, because I got a lot to say about Ron, and I think I'm sensitive as a redhead. I'm sensitive to Ron's behavior in these movies.
I was just going to share the fact that Crumb looks like he only closes his mouth for pictures. No, that's it, and he plays that character very well.
He does play it very well. I felt like you'd like Crumb in the movie because he I felt like he had a very Khabib vibe to him.
It was a thing where like so I felt like you
could just see him talking to Harry, and he's like, "Talk now, Harry. Talk now."
Send 2 year to Hogwarts. I send back. You know, there's I think he's definitely got like a Dagestani kind of look, but also like I also identify with Ron of being like, dude, this guy's fucking sick. This guy rules, and then all of a sudden he's like macking on your bitch, and you're like, yo, hey. But I hate this guy. He is a piece of shit. I have been that so much in MMA of this, like, I hate this guy. And then all of a sudden he does something cool. And I'm like, wow, I'm the biggest fan of this guy. And I have never doubted him in my life. But like, there's been plenty of times where I get disheartened with people where I'm like, I don't like this guy anymore. Like Jamal Hill. I really liked Jamal Hill early on in his career. And then he turned into such a weird, like he started doing like the character shit and started like streaming and podcasting and doing nothing but talking shit and then not winning fights. And it's
you mean what cool guys do?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's like one of those things.
All I do is talk shit and not win arguments, Pat.
So it's just one of those things. But
he sounds awesome. Actually,
he became awesome. That's what I'm saying. Is like there's people change. You know.
They call me the Jamal Hill of podcasting.
My cat's being a retard. Sorry. Get down. Get on now. I'm gonna set you on fire. All right.
Just
hypothetically.
I would love to have fake guns for moments like that. You just start yelling at your cat. You just hear, just start flashing the lights. My thing with Ron, and again, I am probably sensitive as a redhead because there is a thing. Well, what's her fucking tits? Who wrote the books? J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
No. We talked about it. Not yet.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling's good to go.
Yeah, she loves a good like base level caricature of like anyone in her movies. So that's why the bankers have fucking 3-foot long noses and all that shit. And then Ron is just like, he's just the epitome of like annoying redhead, which I take personally. I go, why didn't you just hire me, JK? But not JK.
Not JK.
But like every moment, and this is a classic staple of, I don't even know, of like just popular movies in general. I felt like it was a big thing in the 80s and 90s where they don't just have they have conflict for absolutely unreasonable reasons.
Yeah, it's like a thing where you're like, if you just talk to them, I understand that they're in like, I think at this point, like maybe early high school, late middle school age. I don't know exactly.
I think they're in. I think it's the equivalent of like 9th grade because I think Harry says he's like 14 at one point.
So like, yeah, exactly. So like they're, them hormones is racing. So like they're in real life situations sometimes.
We're gonna go to jail.
And there's and then there's also plenty of times where like they have like they're very irrational, like, you know what I mean, like they're dumb teenagers. And it's like it makes sense because it's definitely to the age, but it's also like, bro, stop. Like there's plenty of times, like you said, Ron's character in this and in some of the other movies in general, he's just the scared, weird nervous bitch a lot of
Yeah.
times, and you're like, bro, just fucking. I don't know, man. I don't.
Well,
I
like
get.
in the beginning when they have the whole so in the beginning, if you
Yeah.
guys haven't seen it, Goblet of Fire, basically the story in this movie centers around that they have this like, was it the Tri-Wizard Cup?
Yeah, it starts out with the Quidditch World Cup that they're going to, which is like it's witch soccer. It's just witch soccer. That's all it is. They're playing soccer.
Broom soccer.
Broom soccer. Yeah, broom socking all up and down the field, and the Weasleys are going to take Harry Potter. By the way, they fucking are so cool as a family in general throughout the movies. But the fact that they're always like, they already got like fucking 14 goddamn kids.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there like just going like, come on, fucking Hermione and what's his face?
Harry.
The titular character.
The guy whose name is in every single movie title.
Old lightning bolt, whatever. But they go to this tournament and shit like that. And then they go, oh, you know what we should do for the school too? We're gonna have a fucking tournament too, idiots. Yeah. And then they just go. It's like a Wizard Olympics.
Well, I think they do don't they do the Tri-Wizard Cup every year or every couple years or something like that? I think it's like.
I think it's like the World Cup or anything. It's like it's like either every other year or every 4 years or something.
Yeah,
like
it's some
that.
shit like that.
So
but no, fuck, I forgot so they're doing and in the movie they have to, because they only pick 3 every year. They only pick 3, and they have to you have to be like 17 or older or something to like.
I don't know if that's always the rule, but it is for this one. Like
Oh, you're right. I think they changed it because a lot of people seemed extra butthurt about them changing the rule.
Yeah, and then if you're like the Weasley twins, what's their face? God damn, I don't know their names. Bill and Jill. Bill and Lil.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and
Dylan,
Jill.
I think it's Dylan Lil.
Dylan Lil, yeah. No, they fucking use an aging potion to try to trick the little age line that Dumbledore put around it.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't even work. But somehow
Fred and George.
Andy, but somehow young 14-year-old bright-eyed beautiful Harry Potter. You said we're getting arrested anyway. I'm gonna make it worth it. No, he gets picked, and then fucking. I gotta tell you, Dumbledore.
These guys came here to podcast about a 14-year-old boy.
Dumbledore's acting toward.
Wait.
Sorry, that just hit me.
No. Wait, we're getting super sidetracked from the thing I was trying to say earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, because I'm talking about there's the Tri-Wizard Cup. They have to throw their name into the cup, then eventually it like decides who's going to be a part of it. And I wanted to bring that up because it solved the problem of, we were complaining about Lord of the Rings, which, just to be clear again, I had way more beef with the movie than I did with the books, because I went through a good portion of the book and I liked it.
And I don't know how to read, so
and Pat doesn't know how to.
I'm shit out of luck. I just don't like it.
Yeah, so book. Wait, you mean like a word movie?
Yeah, what are you saying? Like those really slow movies in my head? No
way. Do they like write down the podcast when it's over? Is that what it is? What? No, so the thing with Lord of the Rings was they just were like, you're like, hey, why is that? And they're like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. They're like, magic, idiot.
Well, I'm trying to find a device to explain this with. In Harry Potter, whenever they're like, hey, why is that? They just go, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't even acknowledge the question. They're like, I can't hear you. You're in the regular world. We're in the wizarding world right now. We can't hear what you're saying.
You're like, but wait, so you put a circle around it and people under 17 can't pass that. How does that work?
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right. And it's the thing where, and you know what it is too? It's the fact that the dictionary, again, I know that Lord of the Rings is essentially 3 dictionaries, but it's like they have this whole like lexicon of things. They like the spells are the spells.
Yeah.
And Inspecto Patronum is your Patronus. Like that is always, that's for everybody. And this is the world I like better fantasy wise, because September's allowed to be here because the real world exists. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like you said, how does that happen, Andy? Because we're in the wizarding world. Like we're in the wizarding world.
What do you need real quick? Do you need anything, Pat?
Could you sort me into a house real quick?
Magic houses.
Yeah, see?
That's every spell, by the way, is the word plus magic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loomis is to light up to turn your wand. Dude, that's my favorite thing. You know what they have on
Hey, wait,
their
am I
wand?
not talking loud enough? Anyway, so today
Brother, that's the best. That's a nice touch. I love that. Where they're like, look, the magic has to come through a conduit. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Gandalf going, "You can't come here. Stop."
Well, they're hitting combos.
Knock it off. That's what he goes. Knock it off.
I said nay. No, dude, it's literally it's a video game. You have to hit the combo. That's all it is.
The Harry Potter video game is so much fun.
But no, it does look fun. But no, all the spells are literally just like up, down, down, X, 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 triangle, and then boom, you're a frog.
This is my favorite spell for their wands. Boom. When they just do that, they go Loomis, and it just turns it into a goddamn flashlight, and they're like, let me look around. You know what I mean? They're not like, but then also there's sometimes where they go like, oh yeah, the thing I'm looking for is, and then it just comes out of the dark and it just goes into their hand. But they have to learn it. Like we're going through the part where they're learning how to become fucking wizards. They're not just like, what should I do? The water thing. Like,
because aren't there? Yeah, they're like learning the things, and they're like big caucus, and then their penis gets real small.
Well, that's
because they don't know how to do it. They hit the combo
they
wrong.
It up. They went reverse. No, there's a thing with like the beautiful
people.
The beautiful like storytelling kind of like line that we get, or like the kind of like the narrative that we're able to like learn is like something that the characters are learning as we go. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like we're it's the best storytelling tool because we're at a school. So then they're like, I'm going to teach you all about the fucking 3 forbidden curses that nobody is ever supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're like, those are going to come. It's like literally what's the introduction of the gun in the first scene means it's going to kill somebody in the last scene or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same idea where they just go like, I bet these are going to come back a little bit later. And they do. You know what I mean? They have the coolest world.
They do all that shit and bring it back. I do. I gotta be honest. I think I'm just not built for fantasy because it's like
what? Sorry, this guy. I can't read that. You know, I can't read.
Anorexic, dyslexic.
Got it. See, that's why I can't read it. Good morning. Leviosa is how you just lift people up. You just point your fucking wand at them and you go, get up there, you little fucker.
Yeah. All my spells would be Donde está la biblioteca, and then would take us to the disco.
I'm not putting that one on the screen, but hey, what's going on?
No. I will not.
Too early for this mess.
I will not pull that one.
Hello, it's good to see you.
Hello, how are you? No, yeah, I don't know. I'm just because it's like the whole time I'm watching it with like the bubbly, like the one thing that kind of after a while, like I did start to get really annoyed with Ron's brothers because I was like, this is 80s movie quirky. Like this is, and and it's like, but I think I think everything that happens in Harry Potter is supposed to make a fat lady go, oh
yeah. So, it's almost like I love the movie, but it's almost like Matilda level of like remember the movie Matilda?
It's
like that where you're just like, that would never happen.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Where you're just like, but it's also like, I'm still having a good time. I'm not going to quit. It's again, we're in the Wizarding world,
see.
and it's really, it really is just those two dickheads too. It's those guys, and it's a fucking Malfoy, that fucking little cocksucker, dude.
That dude sucks ass.
I hate that fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Like with the
It's
whole
like he was written for us to hate.
Holy shit, they got me. No.
You know who else I don't like is Mr. McMahon when he was being mean to Stone Cold. What's
Well,
that
he's doing
about?
this thing, and I'm like, just let him drink his beer. He's having a good time, and he's just
What
like,
the
I don't want you
hell?
drinking beer. I'm like, that's bullshit. That's a
He clearly-
bullshit rule.
He's clearly trying to have fun, McMahon. Why are you stopping it?
What? That's where they came from. No, I just think that I think that like he in general has this like, even the kid is just so good at being a little fucking dickhead. Like they're writing him to be a dickhead, but he's just saying and like that shit. And then when
no, he does. He annihilate the dude who played him. Fucking is
hits that
perfect
hard P on it, and he just goes putter like that
Yeah.
shit. Like where I'm sure I can imagine a interaction with that kid. And every time he says that, he just says it so fucking disdainly and probably spits on you every fucking time. Piece of
Yeah.
shit. So when Mad Eye fucking turns him into a ferret, which is hilarious. I don't know why that's funny to turn like because essentially you're calling him an F. You know what I mean? Like
and
I
then
feel like
he immediately like shoved him in that kid's pants, and he's just like,
yeah, dude. He's like, hey, there you go, Frieza. You know, jump in there, you piece of shit. Like, so it's just funny that and then when the fucking head mistress lady comes over, the witch lady, and she's like, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
and then he's just she's like, is that a student? And I when you find out later on who what's his face is, Mad Eye.
Yeah, what was his story again? I got to be honest, like I wasn't like mad about this movie. I just
Yeah.
was like, I'm not.
There's a lot going on, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not locked in on teenage wizards. I got to be honest. It's like I don't get mad at anyone. I used to hate on Harry Potter hardcore, and I now have respect for the Harry Potter heads. I you know, you're allowed to like it in my book. The A-man approves.
Yeah, I sign off.
Sign off. It's okay. But you know, I just it just doesn't. So like the last hour of the movie, I'm like looking at my phone, looking up, like, you guys are still goofing around. What's going on? Oh, it's fucking. Oh, sorry. I got a bunch of thoughts just popping into my head. This was literally the first time I realized who plays Voldemort.
Really? Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
I only watched these movies as a kid, and now as an adult, I forget the guy's name, but obviously, like you
Ralph
see him.
Fiennes.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, he's been Voldemort the whole time. That dude's the best.
So the thing is, I feel like I think, and I don't know for sure. I'm sure my wife is going to be screaming at her fucking radio. She's been listening to the movie once. I think she approved of the Lord of the Rings episode. I don't know for sure, but
is she a big Lord of the Rings head?
She is. She watches it almost as much as Harry Potter, but she's way more knowledgeable. She read all the books. She didn't read the books of Lord of the Rings. She just likes the movies more. But she watches them basically every year.
Okay.
But with Harry Potter, she is a huge Harry Potter head. But I'm pretty sure this is the first movie where he's like plays him. Like I think he's like voiced him a little bit, but this is the first time he's actually been able to manifest as, and we're not going to say his name, obviously, but
no one say Voldemort.
No, Ralph Fiennes. Oh, damn it!
That's the name you can't say.
No, yeah, no. So like, I think this is the first one where he's doing this, and like I said, the reason I picked this one in particular out of all the series is I feel like Harry Potter, this is maybe the first one where I think you can kind of jump in the middle and still enjoy it and not know too much about the past but I think this is actually the first one where he's playing he from here on, I think, is him. Other than this, he's been trying to like re-manifest. He's been like a little face on the back of the guy's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
each movie. But this is the first one where they didn't start super little kiddish and they just start with like him somebody seeing him essentially almost in his final form, because like
Yeah.
they've just been helping him, regenerate and shit.
Well, and on top of that too, I'm looking it up. This movie comes out in 05. This was like a big wave. This was like in the first initial like big wave of shit getting shit's always been adapted from books and stuff into movies. I
Mhm.
think like in like the early 2000s, technology got better so that it felt like there was a new push because CGI got better to do these books and stuff again.
Yeah.
And the big thing that was getting exhausting is you would have all these fucking franchises that everyone knew the origin stories to, but like they would still have to do it for the movies. That's why like the new Superman was so sick, because it was just like it started you off in the middle of a fight. He's going to the Fortress of Solitude. We're not going to explain anything to you. It's just happening. And 4, I feel like, is when a lot of bullshit is getting out of the way. So you can they fucking throw you right into the fucking movie. That part is nice.
And it's not too disjointing, because you're just like, whoa, what the fuck is that? What is that? And then they're like, they'll explain it through the movie, but they do it pretty subtly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, either whether it be like Sirius Black, his uncle, who was in one of the past movies, somebody he was terrified of, but he finds out is actually, that's what I love about this, is like there's people that it does really do a good job of giving you the point of view of a scared kid not knowing who to trust and like what to do.
Yeah.
Because like he has those terrible, shitty human relatives that are like just always awful to him in all those other movies. But then like in this one, he's found some people that he feels like he can trust. And he also now learns that like, just because you're fucking scared of somebody at first doesn't mean that like they're out to get you. And it really sucks with like Mad Eye in this one, because he is somebody who he's kind of weird, but he's like, I think I can trust him. And then he does turn out to be a shitty piece of shit.
Yeah, that was the shit I was missing at the end. Mad Eye sucked ass at the end, right?
So what it is the real Mad Eye is actually like that. He is like not that mean necessarily, but he's like a weird looking dude. And he was also, I think was a prison guard at Azkaban or something like that. I think that was his job. But the guy who was playing him was just using I think it's a polyjuice potion, where he's like basically stole his identity, and you have to keep
drinking. The potion.
How?
Well, he was like,
oh wait, was it?
And
for anybody listening, and I don't know why you're just listening. Come on, guys, watch the video, like, subscribe, tell your friends.
Send news.
We just did some sick ass wand work. I might have just actually put a fucking spell on you, brother. You better watch out. Anybody in the chat, you feel good? And did I put a spell on you guys?
Have I always had 17 toes?
Andy, I put. Oh no, it's supposed to be 18. I fucked up.
I hate 18 toesosis.
18 toesosis. But I think there's just like a weird thing where you don't necessarily have to be up on the story. This is a good individual movie. It's in the whole world of Harry Potter. You spend very little, if no time at all, in the human world, in the Muggle world. And it's like, because we don't fucking need it, man. Stop telling us about his shitty cousin and his fucking dumb uncle and aunt. Like, I'm so tired of that. Like, they're just abusing a child. Yeah. And it's just like, it's a really sad way to start a movie where he's just like, it's my birthday and I'm sitting under the stairs and they're gonna set me on fire later. And they're just like,
and every day they walk by and I say, could I get a cracker? And they hit me with a hammer.
No, boy, we gotta kill you. You know,
the J.K. Rowling sitting there like, they don't understand his life is hard. And then they rape me.
Yeah. And it's like, she's like, how do I get the point through that these guys are not good people to him?
Yes. So then
he killed your owl.
It's like, all right, I know what to do. This is what J.K. Rowling sounds like. I know what to do. Harry Potter is basically Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue, and
the world is all the cocks that he has to.
And Harry is going to beat the number of cocks It's the best words to say in this stupid accent. Harry's gonna suck a cock every hour on the.
In a couple years. No,
he gonna suck a cock 20 times an hour.
You're almost slipping out of the accent.
I'm having so much suck a cock, Harry. Harry, he sucked 29 cocks
I think that's the
in
title
an
of the
hour.
episode. I think that's the title of the episode right there.
Suck a cock.
But this is a cool thing where like they're like this movie, they're like, we know you've dealt with a lot of child abuse, we know you've dealt with a lot of like exposition and finding out not only child abuse but also finding out past traumas where he's like, oh, here's how your parents died, you ready? And they're like, oh, also you look a lot like your parents, but I fucking hate you, why do you hate me? And like it's just this thing where you're like, it's so like up. Then now they're like, look, sit back, relax, we're gonna make you crumb, okay? We're gonna make you crumb. We're gonna make you crumb because we got by the way, and this is a negative point on the movie maker. I don't know if J.K. Rowling's did it, but like the fact that like the children being so hormonal, and then when all those Fleur de la Cour and the whole like lady school comes in and they're like twirling about and everybody's like you know what I mean? Yeah, they're like, oh my god, they're so fucking hot. Like it's like, all right. Like, don't do that in the movie. But I get that they need to show that they're
I will say this.
Stop sexualizing children, please.
I will say this. You know me, Pat. I'm a sex trafficking freedom fighter. Like I'm what was the movie? Then actually wait, what was the where the guy was like, God's children aren't for sale? I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Which actually they found out that dude was lying a bunch about that movie. Anyway,
they are. They actually are for sale.
Yeah, turns out
children are for sale.
Yeah, turns out they are for sale. It was a big mix up at corporate. God's children are for sale.
That's why you want to be a wizard or a witch. You want to be Satan's child, not God's child.
But you know me, man. I'm exposing these Hollywood pedophiles. Like I'm on the beat. The beat. I'm figuring it out. I got to give it to Harry Potter. A lot of like I thought they kept it classy. There was the one scene. There was the one scene where it's like, how am I going to figure out what to do with this egg? And then fucking
yeah, I don't like Moaning Myrtle. That's what I'm saying. Moaning Myrtle is like creepy to me.
That was not good. Yeah, and
her
then
name is Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah. Did you just call it?
Oh, Harry Potter.
Did you just call it? Harry, you gotta go see Horny Child.
Yeah. You gotta go see fucking sexual assault bot in the fucking.
Yeah,
it's not a robot, but still.
I don't think they're allowed to have robots.
Yeah, that would be blasphemy.
That would be fucked up. So it's like he's like, Harry, you want to figure out what to use that egg for? You gotta go take a bath.
Yeah, you gotta go take a bath with the ghost girl.
Yeah, and then the ghost girl's in the water. They get this close. She's clearly staring at his junk.
Yeah,
it's like they walk the line there pretty hard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like they have like this is the age where they're starting to fall in love with each other. Maybe Hermione's starting to figure out that she maybe has feelings for Ron. Ron has and then you're like, okay, I just don't know. I can't watch a preteen love story. That's not. I don't want to watch that. I want to watch the dragons. I want to see the fucking weird mermaid, the creepy mermaid. The mermaid's so scary in this. It's so scary.
Yeah, because dude, here's the thing.
So scary.
Mermaids? No, mermaids? Fun.
They're so like
they're supposed to be fun.
Under the sea.
And you go in the water and you're like, that's scary. Why would a mermaid ever put the fucking trident up to your throat? That's mean. Mermaids aren't mean.
Yeah, they're under the sea. They're not in the lake. They're under the sea.
By the way, I got a text from my wife going, I hate what you're doing right now.
Wait, does she like Harry Potter?
No, I'm in my house screaming, Harry! Just screaming.
Saying cock a bunch?
Yeah, just saying cock, Harry. Oh God. I'm doing my art. I'm broadcasting.
Thanks for listening, Steph.
God, I can't wait till this makes me money so I just get to be like.
Eventually, I'm gonna rub this in her face.
I can't wait till I get to buy Steph stuff and just go like, thank God for slurs.
Oh,
And
you
you know
didn't,
what I mean? Like
oh,
that's
you
how
didn't
you.
like you didn't like hearing it, did you?
Oh, you didn't. You didn't like.
Somebody did.
Oh, you didn't like the joke where I made Harry Potter into Bonnie Blue. You know what I
There's
mean? Oh,
2
you
hot
know,
dogs from 7-Eleven. Okay, on me.
Pat, aim higher.
What? 3? 3 hot dogs?
Dude, if we could take a quick sidebar, that hot dog video, brother, I love making little things make me
Yeah.
furious.
Yeah.
Because
What was that whole Parmesan cheese talk about last week when I was talking about my shredded? I love doing that. Remember when I was saying I wanted grated Parmesan cheese?
yeah.
Was that last
No.
week? 2 weeks ago?
It was like 2 weeks ago, something like that. What is Parmesan? No, that Pat sent me this video of like just these retarded New Englanders selling hot dogs, and it's the kind where you're like, you know, when you see the hot dogs and they're like bright red,
Yeah.
you're like, that must be special. And they're called like
Is
they call
that
the
different?
hot dogs are usually like a little brown.
It's
That's like
different than
red.
that usually. What's going on here? What is that about?
What's that about? It's like $2 more expensive. It
What
must be
happened to your
classy.
hot dog?
It's like retarded New Englander, and they call the hot dogs like snappers, and they're like, what? And it's just some lady from like the New York Times, like, local retard. Why do you call them snappers? She's like,
Why?
so we boil them in the water, we cook them up, and when you eat them, they snap. So we said they're snappers, and I'm like, I hate everything.
And they're red, so we call them red snappers.
We call it red snappers. You get a little red. It's red and it snaps. Why not call it a red snapper? And I go,
what if Steph sent you another text and was like, now you're talking?
Yeah, she's like, fuck
I
red
like
snappers.
Yeah,
I like this
red,
part. That's live tweeting the pod. And he's getting a little bit funnier.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, and then the other one that set me off today, I was watching Sam Morril and Mark Norman have that podcast. They might be drunk. They're nuh-uh.
What's that?
No. for this story. But they had a clip of Rainn Wilson, and he was talking about doing The Office, and it was just a funny clip of saying like, everyone's watching The Office. That's why they're not, but it doesn't even matter the content. And then I go, and the first comment under the video is just some random guy going, "Fun fact, I've never actually seen The Office before.
God.
Might binge it later today." And I just saw that. I go, what the fuck do you mean fun fact? Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
You're asking a question. You have to be on that side.
Oh, okay, this is the interviewee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who are you?
Oh, this is the interview. No, but it's like I'm just sitting. I love to overanalyze stuff because I'm who is that person that just watches a Rainn Wilson clip and their comment is fun fact about me?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you even talking about? Who are you? I don't know you to know what a fun fact about you could possibly be.
Yeah, I think just in general, that's the thing I hate, and that is what the internet is. That's why I think I really hate a lot of what the internet is.
Yeah, it's psychotic. But
that's what it is. It's just people going like, that's crazy. Like, why don't you do this? It's like, why don't you just shut up?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like. They're not gonna see it. Also, it's my whole thing. Can I just? It's a way different speed, but it's the same.
Do you need to be over here?
No. It's.
Okay.
I need to be on this side for the story. Sorry.
Okay.
We may. Yeah, that's actually probably better. No, and nobody look at me. But don't anybody look at my side of the screen. Oh, yeah, that's way better. Okay, so cum tributes. Who the fuck is that for?
All right, I'm sorry. I actually have to bring you what?
Cum tribute. You know what I'm talking about? You know what a cum? Do you know what a cum tribute is?
That's why I had to bring you back. Okay, I don't know what that apologize.
Is. So a cum tribute is essentially where, like, have you ever
wait? Ask me that question again.
Hey Andy, can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what a cum tribute is?
Pat, I got to be honest. I have no idea what that nonsense is.
Let me rap at you, brother.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to turn my chair backwards. Andy.
Nope, you're still here.
Oh, wait. No, I turned. Oh, I have to sit in it back. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to sit forward.
All right.
Andy, cum tribute is basically where, like, you ever clicked on a porn link and, like, because you see the image of the hot lady or the hot lady getting effed in her pee or
Whoa.
something like that. Sorry. I know this is a Harry. Honestly, we still have to click that this is not for kids, especially because Harry Potter is in the title. We have got to make sure that people know it's not for kids. But
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Harry Potter crowd's the same as like the Fortnite crowd and stuff like that at this point. Half of them's just old fucks like us.
yeah, we got a lot of bronies here, I'm sure too. But and you're welcome. You are more than welcome. But I think there's also it's essentially where like, but when you click the link, you get to a video and it's an iPad sitting like on a bed of them watching that and the guy jerking off and coming on his iPad or something like that.
That's what I had a feeling it was.
It's stuff like that, or like pictures or stills, but it's usually people coming on their iPads or iPhones or something. It's just weird. It's a weird.
I've had friends who had what? I've given tributes. No, I remember I had a friend in college who a dude sent her a video of him jacking off and coming into a sink and being like, "That's because of you. That's for you."
So like, I've heard, if they like it, if they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm into you sending me a video of you like coming to the thought of me or pictures of me or something like that," that's one thing. But if it's just like a guy putting a picture, I guess it's just for this, right? So he got me to accidentally watch his cum on a screen and go like, "God damn it." And then like or is it more of like this thing of like him going like, maybe one day like the lady I cummed on will see it and be like, "Oh, I like it." Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. I think I don't understand that fetish at all.
Yeah. You know what I think it is? I think it's the same concept of like catcalling, where it's like catcalling doesn't work like 95% of the time.
Right.
But like 5% of the time, that chick loves getting catcalled. Probably less. And I think it's the same thing with like
probably less. Like 3.3% of the time.
Yeah.
Like, well, kind of.
As I said, like saying the words 5% of women like being catcalled, but there's still an amount. It's the same thing. It's it's the same thing as dick pics. Like there are chicks that like dick pics.
Do you know dudes like gay dudes like love dick pics? They're like, "That's awesome. Thanks. Keep them coming."
I could imagine.
I guess because like they're dudes. Like I'm learning so much producing those gay dudes podcast.
You're like, "Huh, you guys are people. That's weird."
They're like, well, they're literally they're just guys. No, they're literally just guys. Like the things they say where they're like,
yes, that's why I was talking to
it's not even different at all.
No, it's guys. It's guys who it's like we're all leprechauns, but when we get to the end of the rainbow, they want dick and we want pussy. But like we're doing it's the same motivations and same journey.
Yeah.
No, that's why I always get annoyed with like gay dudes that just, and I was talking to Scott about this, like gay dudes who just choose like you know what my personality should be? The most annoying woman you've ever met, minus her awesome tits and ass. You know what I mean? Just what if vagina. What if the most annoying woman you've ever met was also not attractive? I'm gonna be that, and it's just like I don't get. But like most gay dudes are just dudes. They just they want a different thing at the end of the journey.
And like, I mean, but even like the stuff where you're like, oh yeah, like if I got sent not so much like a dick pic, obviously, I wouldn't be as excited, but like any unsolicited nudity is kind of like one of those things where you're like, hey, look at that.
Yeah, and then
I'm gonna go like, oh,
even if it's like, even if too, it's like, I mean, yeah, no, I'm taking every unsolicited, even a pussy pic, I'm getting hyped about.
And I'm and I'm not like jerking off to it. I'm not getting excited. I'm just going like one of those things where you're like, damn, that's awesome. I just saw. Add that to the list. Put it in there.
Yeah, but even if you don't like that, it's also on top of that, the dude brain. Like even if you're a gay guy who doesn't want dick pics, the dude brain goes,
look at that.
Oh, if this little fucking slut sending me dick pics, I might be able to fucking carve him up later. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the motion you're doing. You're carving out an ass.
You're carving them up.
You're carving out some cheeks, dude.
But it's just a thing where you're like, yeah, you're right. Dude brain. It's just dude brain. And it's like one of those things where you're like, oh,
dude brain in a dude butt.
It's one of the. It's a joke that obviously people have made plenty of times in the past, but there's a definite reality of like just going like, no, it's the exact same.
Yeah.
It's just like you said, at the end, there's a preference difference that just just a little too big of a hurdle for most of us to get over and be like, well, I don't want to do that.
Bit of a tall hill to climb.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
know
a
what I'm saying?
compliment, guys.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment to your big cocks. I don't want to suck. No, that was always. But you big cocked, Ari. Ari, I can't be gay to pay, Ari.
You just hear her grab her keys and just walk out.
And I'm taking the cats. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm going back to PA to live with my mother. I can't take all these. I can't take your hackneyed.
I can't take another stream where you're just screaming cock all day.
Why did your wife leave you? I was doing gay Harry Potter too much. I'm horny. I'm gay and Harry Potter.
But yeah.
This is the pinnacle of straight jokes. What if a thing you knew?
Successful sidebar. Back to the child's movie.
Back to the kids movie. No, I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing at like so much of comedy is like, this thing we're talking about. What if it was gay? 20 minutes of comedy.
Yeah.
I think I'm good on fantasy for a while. I'm not like mad at it. It's not like a fuck you thing. I think I'm just good on fantasy because I've been watching a lot more comic book shit. And like comic book shit I was watching one of the DC animated ones. It's called Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And it's very good. It's very dark. It's very dude, it's very funny because I forget exactly how it happens, but there's Flash and then there's Evil Flash. You know how he's Evil Flash? Flash is red. This guy's yellow.
Whoa.
He looks like Flash.
Wait, he's got inverted colors. Is his lightning bolt red? No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. You know how Flash is
I'm
red?
That's too scary.
Nope. Suit's yellow, lightning bolt red.
I don't like this.
He's wait. He's Bad Flash. So Bad Flash sends him into like they reconstruct the universe. So Flash's mom is still alive, but like it's a whole different universe. And like the way that they do it made me laugh so fucking hard because you see Batman, but he's a little bit different. And he's fighting Harley Quinn, and she's a little bit different because it's a different universe.
It's different, okay.
But you're just like you're like when you see it, you're like, is this the same Batman? And within seconds of him coming, he pulls out two handguns and he's just like, bam, 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 and you're like,
nope,
this must be a different Batman. But no, the reason I love like the comic book movies done well has like everything you want in a good movie. It has just whether it's romantic or like non-romantic, whatever else you would call that, heterosexual, I don't know.
Regular.
But no, for real though, it's like you have that like relationship building between people, whether it's romantic or not romantic. If you need dad to jingle the keys, you have someone fucking fighting and blowing shit up. You have every superhero movie has like, oh, we got to figure a thing out. There's like a small little detective thing in the middle of there. And I was like, oh yeah, that's why a good superhero movie has everything I need to like keep my fucking attention on it. And it's so that's the kind of shit I've been on. And like superhero movies to me actually incorporate the perfect balance of like fantasy and sci-fi, because there is an element of like, we're joking about like, well, how did he put that spell on him? Well, you just gotta. And it's the same thing. Like, why does fucking why Superman so fucking strong? And they're like, shut up. You know what I mean?
Because the sun's stupid.
Because the sun, you pussy. But at the same time, like they still have to have some sort of like some like scientific.
He's got to be by the sun, right? He's got it. Like that's the thing. It's like when he's in that little hideaway zone or whatever in the prison thing.
The Fortress of Solitude.
No, the other when he's in the movie. I'm saying
Oh,
when
in
he's in the cube
the pocket universe.
pocket universe.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, there's no fucking sun here, and it's like, and it's like that's bad. Now, Superman, like the weakness is great to have like kryptonite and stuff like that, but also to be like, all right, well now he's not going to hurt anymore, but he's going to take forever to heal unless he's got the sun, and it's like that's just like and it's a fact in the universe
Yeah.
until they figure out like or the equivalent of the dude doing the but like it's a thing where like that same thing with this like where like there's dragons and also like he's got magic and everything, but also there's like it's still a fucking animal. You know what I mean? Like so like it's going to chase you. So there's like a good amount of survival in this. It's not just like it's like him just hauling ass. Just you know
Dude,
what I'm saying?
you just reminded me of something that made me laugh so hard when it's Harry's turn. Like they've just gone through 3 dragons.
Yeah.
And now it's Harry's turn to fight the dragon.
Yeah.
And very quickly, which I don't understand. It's like you can't have a broom. You can just have your wand. But if you do get my brooma to me osis, then you can use a broom.
Well, also the fucking dragon was supposed to be locked up. Like it's supposed to be within the playfield. Like it's not supposed to be able to like. So I think once that happened, I think he was just like, "Fuck that!" Like I think there's probably an asterisk of like, "Oh yeah, if we fucked up securing the dragon, I'm just wondering how they had 4 dragons." You know what I'm saying? When they're like, "Wait, there's only supposed to be 3 people." If they're like, if this is such a special secret thing, how'd they round up one more extra dragon out of nowhere?
Yeah. Well, I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
there's probably a couple dragons in that bag because they did dragon small osis to make it small and fit in the bag. But
Do they get to keep the little mini dragons too? Do they stay that size? I would love a little dragon
they
like
keep
that.
them in a little ball like homies you would get at the supermarket.
Yeah, they put them back in the little egg and they just suffocate.
Homies were so funny. They were like, you know what kids want? Tiny Mexicans.
Yeah, you want tiny little cholas and cholos?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes,
can I put them on my desk? I mean, my little kid desk at school.
I'm a 6-year-old white suburban kid. I would love a tiny little Mexican.
I can't wait to hide those.
I would love to buy 1-inch tall Mexican figurines. Great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, the other thing that made me laugh was like,
oh man, I already got a Hector. God damn it.
Oh.
Fuck.
And then someone goes, Pat, a lot of them are named Hector. They're different.
Oh, this is a different hit? No, wait. You know what? This is Angel Hector.
Another Gomez? A lot of them are named.
Yeah, honestly, it's really mainly Hectors and Gomez's.
Yeah, and Hectors and Jose's, and there's like 3 names. It's such a funny comment. Are Mexicans in Texas all overtly homo and OTT? I don't know if they're overtly. Like usually in those bathhouses, we keep it kind of profesh, but
What's
I don't know
OTT?
if they're like, I don't know. On the, I think you mean DTL? No, he didn't get all those letters wrong. He must mean something else. Like, I'm gonna give him more credit. He didn't get 2 of the 3 letters wrong.
Yeah, he said overtly, and I was like, wait, you said that wrong. Wait, hold on, let me read it again. Nope, that was right. You got it. I was gonna be like, it's overly stupid, but it's overtly. Sorry, I thought he just spelled overly wrong. That's
overly homo is funny. It's like, brother, you're gotta calm down. Yeah, you gotta calm down, dude. You are overly homo.
Yeah, but also overtly homo is pretty funny too.
Over the top. I know I haven't become friends with a lot of the local Mexican population, but I will say the vibe I get with a lot of it's honestly the vibe you get with a lot of traditionally homophobic communities is then they always end up wearing the shiniest, most bedazzled outfits.
Brother,
and
their jeans are ridiculously gay. Their jeans are ridiculously gay.
You'll see that with some 100%. It's like it's some of the most homophobic communities are also the most bedazzled communities you've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's
what's fascinating.
They have the weird designs that are like the sparkly tribal shit on that. They still wear that shit. Yeah. And they're like the nicest shirts. They smell almost like as perfumey or cologne-y as like the ladies. The ladies are dressed nuts. Yeah. And honestly, it's crazy. And like there's like because there's that Spanish club or whatever right by the creek. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's a restaurant, but it's also
Is it the one when you're leaving the creek and you take a right?
yeah. And it's like it's past that parking lot. I think it's like on that side. It's on
Oh,
maybe
the one you
6th
always
Street
hear the
side.
music from walking to the yeah.
It sounds like it's fucking banging. And
Sounds like it's popping.
I think it's like a late night place too, but like there's always a place. Wait, I think I meant overly. Damn. Oh, nice. Ah! But overtly is a word too. So you still got it. Don't worry.
You read his
Overtly
mind.
homo is hilarious.
Well, no, you're talking about all the Spanish ladies. They always say that like the Hispanic population is gonna outnumber us in a while, and I'm like, tell me there's gonna be a lot more thick tortas out there.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Or mummies.
Mummies, you're telling me there's gonna be mummies making me get a deal.
But that's like the pinnacle where you're like, because if I may,
Pat.
not to get back into panties lore or anything like that, but I gotta say, Spanish dancing. Let's just say they're going to dance. Like all of them are going to dance, not just the tortas.
No.
All of them.
Tortas are going to roll.
The senors, the senoritas, everyone.
Mommies and the poppies.
Every mommies, puppies, niños, niñas. Damn, are all those correct, dude? Did I get all those right? Is that like boy, girl?
I think so.
Niño, niña. Either way, they're going out. So, and it's pretty zesty. I mean, it's pretty zesty straight. So, like, I'm just saying that there's probably plenty of like zesty poppies in there that like on the DL, not the OL. What is it again? OTT.
OTT.
They're on the DL. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I think it might be a cultural thing though, because have you ever seen like a Mexican dude in his cowboy outfit? Yeah. That's over the top, but it doesn't come off as like on the DL to me. Like he'll have like a big ass belt buckle and like a crazy shirt and the cowboy hat, but that comes off to me as just like, we like to get a little done up when we go out the party.
Right. And if like, but again, like you said, the jeans, pretty zesty. Like overall, like the things they're wearing, you could see it could be either way. And I think I almost feel like it's not that it's easier to be gay in that situation. What was the question? If they're over the top or anything. I don't know. I think just in general, the Hispanic people that I've witnessed that go out on 6th Street, for the most part, from what I've seen, have been not necessarily over the top or anything, but pretty stereotypical. Like we said, like when they're done up, they're wearing exactly what you're picturing. Yeah, like nice after the rodeo,
real look. Ed Hardy energy, like whatever the Spanish version of Ed Hardy would be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy. It's very funny. It's like, how was their Harry Potter episode? They called Mexicans gay for a while.
Ed Hardy, El Jefe. That's what their Ed Hardy is, El Jefe.
So we got a couple more minutes left. What are you thinking for next week? Because,
well, you picked Lord of the Rings. I picked Harry Potter. So if you want to get out of fantasy, I would like to say that you pick the next one. Anything you want, buddy.
Okay.
That sounded weird how I said that. It sounded like I was like strange saying that. I just had a hard time talking.
It sounded like you had a 30% cum while you were saying it. Like not a full
time, buddy.
Yeah, just whatever you want to pick. Like just a little one. You know, like you have the Dom's got the little fucking egg in you, and she just turned it up a little.
Yeah. Like that, maybe that happened. Wait, hold on. Let me turn hers up.
We just hear it. Do you remember?
Wow! That's what I was thinking. The Star Wars robot yell. Yow!
I was thinking Goofy. Wow! Like when he falls down a pit,
or the Wilhelm scream. The ah!
or Mario. Yippee! All right, this is getting weird. No, I
make none of those noises.
None of those. She goes
never.
She just vibrates.
She's never pleased.
I was thinking, since we were talking about it yesterday, and I would like to go back and see if it actually sucks ass. American History X?
Oh man. We're gonna talk about so many gay Mexicans on that one. Yeah,
And,
you're right. It is pretty funny because I don't think I ever really simplified it that much in my head, or even like considered that it probably sucks until we were like, yeah, it is kind of weird to be like, I hate black people, I'm gonna kill them, and then just be like, hey, this one's nice. Actually, I like them all now.
Yeah, well, no,
You know what
I
mean?
was
Like,
actually,
but you're right. I want to go through that journey again.
yeah, no, because I forget what it was, but there was something over the past couple years where I was getting this inkling of like, I think American History X might actually suck, and then finding out that the director actually wanted to end it, where he was like with like Edward Norton doing the little smirk and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
like
I want to see the Michael Bay edit of like him going, like him picking up his son or his brother and just be like, and then looking over at the razor on the sink, and then just go back to his eyes, and the Michael Bay edit, the
Lincoln Park.
what I've done.
Yeah, Lincoln Park just kicks it.
I'm gonna shave my head again.
Just hear American History X2.
The end? Question mark.
But the N is something different.
He's trying to get the whole gang back together, and they're like, "No, you were mean to us. Remember when you called me fat?
No,
no, man. I've changed again."
No, I realized, you know, just dance, like hanging out with a black guy in the laundry room doesn't just take away the ability to just kill a black guy without even thinking about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, I think that would be that's a really hilarious pivot as well, to be like, so what movie are you doing after Harry Potter? What came up? And just be like, well, American History X. You know, we're just thinking like, we're done with fantasy. We need raw grit.
I'm still gonna make the same jokes in the same voice. Harry, I hung out with a black guy and I realized I don't want to kill them no more. No, I don't.
Harry, can't you see it says not welcome? This means not welcome.
Harry, we're taking down the Zorg machine, Jew by Jew by Jew.
Again, and then now Steph's sending you lots of thumbs up, like, yeah, now we're on it. Now we're on it.
Can't wait till next week. Can't wait till next week.
He's like, I already got it loaded up and popcorn's in the fucking microwave, baby. No, I think that is it is funny though, because like we were talking about in general, like that's a movie where I'm like, I don't, not that holding up or not, like obviously we know the story and everything like that, but just watching the actual film again, and then also knowing, like we said, now that we know what the ending was supposed to be.
Yeah,
it's kind of like one of those things where you're like, that's kind of the vibe I feel like I always got watching it when I was younger, was like, I feel like he's still going to be, I don't think he's completely not a Nazi. I think he's like older, but I think he's still going to be like, what's his face? Damn it. Oh, Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood. He's going to be like, oh, you fucking get off my fucking lawn, you piece of shit. You know what I mean? He's like, it's one of those things of like, yeah, he's not singing the songs like the other dude in the van, but he's like one of those things of like, I don't want you next to me, you know, like, get back.
I also Gran Torino is a funny one to watch, because when I watched it the first time, I was like, is this Clint Eastwood just being like, I got a lot of slurs I need to say?
Right. He's like, I gotta get them out before I die. And
there's no other way I can say these slurs unless it's this movie.
when I don't know what, it's one of those ones where like he's saying stuff and I'm like, I don't even know which ones I can playfully quote on stream. And, you know what I mean? Because you're like one of those things where you're like, I learned ones. I learned new slurs in that movie where I'm like, whoa, really? What is that? And I looked them up and I was like, that's crazy. There's a lot of, he had such specific weird things where he's just like, nobody's talking about this.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny.
That's literally all I felt like he was sharing in that. Otherwise, it was just some weird story of this. Like, it was almost like a boring, slow Karate Kid where he's like, I'm going to help mentor you.
Yeah.
Like, with nothing useful except for this car or something.
Yeah. I'm actually I'm actually a nice guy, but when I talk, I'm the evilest dude in the world.
I'm the meanest piece of shit.
Well, and then on top of
Can we watch Gran Torino too? Let's do a versus movie, American History X and Gran Torino. The two.
Pat, you want to do racist month?
Let's do Racist Month.
Well, no, my favorite part about Gran Torino too is like he did that thing people do where they're like, everyone playing the Asian people are that specific type of Asian, and you're like,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Okay, so are we just forgetting acting? So it's like it's weird. It's like it's like this thing where it's like, well, Clint Eastwood doesn't have to. It's not like he's going up there. He's like, I'm actually this type of racist.
Yeah.
But like the Asians have to be super authentic. And then on top of that, you just get people who aren't really actors, so then they're bad at it. So
Right.
then you're kind of just making a movie where you're like, I'm just gonna tell random Asian slurs.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I'm just
I
gonna call.
can't think of one. I can't say. Damn it. I'm
it's
being good.
no,
That's
it's a
one of those
joke.
things. I had a really good act out just now, and I'm gonna sit on that until we watch American History X, and I scream it over the credits. It is a weird thing where like you're to say like, how did you cast that? Like, did you say like, well, I needed a Lebanese guy, and he's one of them. So, you know what I mean? You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, the guy delivers my grocery.
Well, it's very
he's
whenever
from Lao, so I'm gonna have he's a Laotian guy.
Yeah, whenever they do that in movies or TV shows, it's always comes off as like this weird racial autism where it's like only people who are that exact thing can be that thing. It's like whenever they see, I remember it was like whenever cultural appropriation was like the hot topic, and you'd see like some white ladies in a taco truck, and they'd be like, "No, only Mexicans make tacos. It's racist if you do it because only Mexicans are allowed to make." And you're
Right.
like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
It's all
What-
this
what-
race-based autism.
Yeah, stop being so angry about hair, guys. It's weird. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like one of those things of like I think in general, the kind of thing of like having that is weirdly. I want to. I don't know if progressive is technically the correct word. Maybe it's I don't know. It's like a thing where like to say like, okay, well at least in a couple years or whatever, you're gonna see you're not gonna go into my movie and go like, how come you have this person playing this role? He's gonna be like, because he is that, and that's even his name. I even gave him his name, so he's not being
Yeah.
anybody else. It's a thing where like, but I'm like, that's a weird thing that I
And
don't.
I didn't even give him
don't think-
lines. I didn't even give him lines. I just recorded him and then figured out a movie outside of that.
Yeah, I just accuse him of trying to steal my car for 2 or 3 scenes or so.
Yeah.
And I call him a lot of really vicious things. But hey, I think Clint Eastwood, I think he just put out a movie just recently too. We should do, you know what? We should do Clint Eastwood month. We could do that next.
Yeah, I mean,
American
after
History X.
I'm down to watch a bunch of Clint Eastwood.
'Cause-
Dude, you just made me laugh at the idea of like, they're shooting Gran Torino, and then they go, "All right, cut," and Clint Eastwood's like, "Huh?"
Yeah. every scene was just like, oh, we were rolling on that one.
What?
He just brought my lunch late. Get him to sign a waiver. We're gonna have to use that scene.
We were filming. He just scuffed my shoe. What happened?
That's a really good point. Yeah, I think we should definitely have Clint Eastwood. Pound off in the comments of your favorite Clint Eastwood movie. We're definitely doing Gran Torino, but I think
Without a doubt.
there's plenty of movies that he's been like, he's an icon for sure that like I've been familiar with my entire life, and it has been like parodied millions of times in movies and cartoons and shit that I've watched over the years, but I don't actually know how much of his shit I've ever watched. I think I've seen that every which way but loose, him with the orangutan, which is it's fun. That's fun. And then he's done like Dirty Harry and shit, like weird movies like that. But like Gran Torino is one, and I've seen his like later ones. I don't even think I've seen that one where he's the what's the baby, $1 Million Baby? where he's a
I
boxing
know,
coach.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so, like any of his directing, I've probably seen more movies he's directed than he's like starred in. So like, I honestly don't know any good Clint Eastwood movies, but I definitely know Gran Torino, which
Well,
I
he
have seen,
also-
and that's just such a crazy movie. And I don't even remember what happens in it, except for the fact that he's just a curmudgeon-y,
I
old,
only remember the
very
slurs.
specific racist.
Yeah, he's a fucking he's a racist hipster or hipster.
What are
racist.
you? Oh well, you are stupid.
Well, also too, he had a bunch of like very culturally relevant movies he directed as well.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm on his IMDb page, and he did Invictus. Did he direct Jersey Boys? That feels weird.
Jersey Boys.
Yeah, I guess he directed Jersey Boys. That's interesting.
Is that a musical?
It's like sometimes I say slurs, sometimes I'm gay.
Yeah, I see, like
yeah,
this. Like
it's a
I've heard this
musical.
my whole life, and that's from like Dirty Harry, right?
yeah,
I have
yeah.
never seen. I have not seen a minute aside from that scene, like cut into other movies or media I've seen. Like I haven't seen like that movie. I haven't actually watched any of it. So like Dirty Harry, Captain Phillips. He did Captain Phillips,
He did do Captain.
brother. Captain Phillips is a good movie. I think. From what I remember, it was fun. That's the Captain now thing, right? The Captain. now?
Yeah. Did he do
Yeah.
Captain Phillips?
Tom
Yeah.
Hanks.
I'm Tom Hanks. Wait, did he do Captain Phillips? All right, we'll wrap this up in a second. No, he didn't do. IMDb
No.
says he didn't do Captain Phillips. Is he in it?
No. Hey, I don't
think
like
he-
this. I don't like this anymore.
I think he's the Somalian pirate in Captain Phillips.
Yeah, he's like, I want
Yeah.
something where I can do blackface.
Look at me. Look at me.
Look at my
I
blackface.
say the slurs now.
Tom Hanks is
I
like,
am
I didn't want to.
I am the slur sayer now.
He's like, just leave me the kids. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
All right.
so we're gonna head out. What?
American History X next week.
Goodbye, everyone.